Hey there. This is Pam Perry, and we outside. And I'm going to send a invite to everyone to remind them 2 o'clock on Fridays is when we meet, and we are coming up on ready, set, go. All right. Okay, here we go. All right. So again, this is like our referral party that we do every week to make sure that we are getting everything that we need to get out of our ready, set, go, speak. Oh, here we go. Two people waiting in the waiting room. Of course, it says Jackie. Hey there. Jackie's note taker. Jackie's note taker. Hey there. Hey there. Hey, Dr. David. Hey, Jackie's note taker. Gotta approve her note taker. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
What's
How
been
are you?
going on?
Hey, trying to earn me some money.
Okay. All right. Well, referrals and so the big secret is, it comes from referrals and recommendations.
I see.
So that is really it. I just got a call, a text a few minutes ago from Dr. Stacy NC Grant and asked me if I want to be on her TV show on Sunday. Did I
Mm-hmm.
file for it? No. So she just texted me. So our phone is so powerful, and I want to make sure that we connect. And one of the things with the Speak Sell Shine group that you were in, you had Dexter, Stephen, Omar, Michelle, Gigi, Dr. Laverne, Dr. Marilyn. Oh, I'm trying to say your whole cohort. Keep in
Right.
touch with them as well as Dr. Demarius Johnson, Rodney. You know what I'm saying? These are people, and then I'm sure you've been in, like, Delatoro has been in other you've been in other things with Delatoro, people in his cohort. Keep in
Mm-hmm.
touch with those people really makes a difference in terms of, like, where are you speaking, where are you going, what do you have going on? This is what I'm doing, because they may not know. You got a
Right.
new pivot, because a new pivot that you had was Beyond the Whistle.
Mm-hmm.
How many know about Beyond the Whistle? I mean, that
No,
you
no, I mean I've told a lot, but I need, more and more. Yeah.
yes, so that they'll know Beyond the Whistle. And so, just like, say for instance, uh Dexter may not know,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing, or Demarius, or that sort of thing. So I just want people to, even within our group,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Wynn, oh, that was the other one. Michael Wynn was a part of it as well. And Michael is really, he's still working contract with the state, but he does a lot of other events. So
Mm-hmm.
he did, like, the Toastmasters group. He did this, some of them aren't paid. They're just like opportunities for him to really showcase his new brand. But
Yeah.
that's what, and so, like, say for instance, if I knew that he was doing Toastmasters, there might be a Toastmasters group in your area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got to find the right Toastmasters group, though.
I know.
Some
I know.
of them, some of them are, like, really not good. It's like, oh my goodness. Or you can start your own Toastmasters group
Mm-hmm.
as a
Mm-hmm.
leader. That's
Mm-hmm.
something that is definitely, I mean, basically they send you a kit and then you just set up the meetings and that sort of thing. That
Right.
might be a good thing to do, if especially, I think it would be good for you if you're from another area and this is a new area. A good way for you to meet people in the area by having that sort of a group.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Pamela, how are you? Hey there.
All right, honey. Bye-bye.
I,
Hello.
hey there. I see.
Hey. Oh, you see mommy? Yeah, mommy's in bed.
Oh,
Mhm. Yeah.
she's sleeping.
She usually does that about 20 hours a day, if more, not more.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Mhm.
Caregiving is really, really hard. One of the things in our group is, I want to say, Sandra. but then that's a little bit different. Your mom doesn't has Alzheimer's or anything like that, does she?
Dementia, she does.
She does.
She
Oh,
does, yeah. But
Okay.
she knows, she just still knows me, and it's hard for her to communicate. She's less than 100 pounds now.
wow.
So her to speak, it's laborious for her to speak.
Yeah, yeah. So you may want to talk with Sandra because she was a caregiver for her mother and her brother. Both of them had dementia. And she's just a big, big advocate for that situation. No one knows what, they would say, no one knows what I'm going through. But she went through it twice,
Mm,
and so
bless her
she
heart.
wrote 2 books. One was a children's book to explain to children, little children, like,
What you-
what is dementia, like why
Right.
doesn't I know me? And then the other one was for adults about the caregiving
Yeah.
role. And so that might be good to really talk
Yeah.
about as well.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
My apologies. I didn't mean to come on the camera, but you caught me, so I said, okay, well, I'm here.
No, that's fine. That is fine. I'm outside, so you can see I was like, okay, let me get outside. And do you have a background? What's your background look like? No, I mean a background, like a virtual background, like Dr. Davis is a virtual.
Oh, yeah, I do. I haven't used it in so long because I'm always in my office. I haven't used it in forever. Let me see if I can even put it on. Hold on a second. I
Yeah,
can always blur it.
It won't come up without the green screen. Yeah, blur it you could do. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, let's see, virtual.
I mean, blurring is fine. Sometimes I have some of my hey, Dr. Angela, sometimes I
Oh,
have
there it is.
my virtual background. Let's see.
This is,
Adjust
can you
background.
see it, Dr. Pam? This is the one I used to use all the
I
time.
love that one. I love that one.
Nice.
This one is Black Door Society. I use that one a lot. This one, but because I'm outside, I don't have a green screen. It looks a little weird. This is the one I use mostly because I like that type of thing. When I do the interviews with Sirius XM, I use this one.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I don't use any of that. And I can always, like I did the other day on my birthday, someone was asking me, you got to come on camera, you got to come on camera. And I literally, it was so early. I was like, listen. And so I had this one. I was like, I'm not ready. Okay.
That is
So
cute.
y'all ain't gonna surprise me. So they were like, no. I said, yep. I said, I am not. I said, they were waking me up. I said, this is a holiday too. You waking me up at 7 a.m. to show me some dang on video. So I don't
That
care
looks
about that
nice
video.
though.
I said, I don't want that video. Yeah. So those are just some of the things that and you could just do this and say apply to all future meetings. We don't want to do that to all future meetings. That is not a good look. I just saw Dr. Angela come in. Let's see.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hey there, there's Jackie. Jackie, your note taker comes in before you do, Hey there, hey Jackie, Dr. Lugenia, Dr. Angela. She's muted and no camera. That's fine. Note taker. Yeah. So you can unmute as well. Gotta keep my eye on that. Yeah, so I just want to know, have you all done any referral parties lately? Because Dr. Davis said he's out here. He says, I'm out here, I'm trying to get some business. And I was like, our phone.
Yeah. Can I say something?
Yeah.
And maybe this is for anybody that's a speaker in here. Just a suggestion someone gave me the other day. They said that well, first of all, they said go to your contact list. And number one, just see how many contacts you have in there. And of course, most people are going to have 1,000, 2,000 or more, depending on how many people you have.
Is it on phone or on social media? Or
on your phone.
On your phone, right.
On your phone. And the argument is that you've got thousands of warm contacts right in your phone. And he said, start with the letter A and just text everybody in the letter A. And basically you do want to start off, if you haven't spoken with them in a while, hey, how you doing? Just checking in initially, right? And then of course, when they respond back, then you kind of can go into some stuff. Hey, you may not have heard, but I'm doing this now. I'm a speaker. And if you know of anybody, blah, 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 blah. So you have like thousands of contacts, warm contacts right there in your hand. And sometimes we overlook that. So I've been doing something like that.
That's been good. But the other thing to do, Dr. David, is if I get a a DM or a text from someone say, hey, just checking in, it's just kind of like checking in on what? Like what are we doing? So I that's why I like the referral party. The script there is like,
Uh-huh.
hey, I would like to set up a time with you, how I could best assist you in maybe getting clients and
Uh-huh.
kind of do referral parties with each other. I can refer people to you, you can refer people to me. Now, I did that with my PR colleagues. So we're in different verticals. And so some are may have people that come to them and that's not what they do. And then there's
Mhm.
some that come to me and that's not what I do. So Chris was a person that said, hey, we need to meet. He wants to meet every week. I was like, Chris, we don't have to meet every week. We can just do this once, like right now. I mean, they gonna be the same people. But he was just saying like once a week, let's just talk about who it is that we can refer and recommend to each other. And that happens a lot. And I just
Mhm.
want us to get in the habit of that. And I put the script in there because really it's like I would send it to Chris and say, hey, I'd like to just sit down with you for half an hour and we brainstorm different type of clients that we could recommend and refer to each other. I want to know a little bit more about what you do, what kind of results you bring, and I can refer them to people I know. And we can do it in real time. So it's not like, you know how sometimes you can say, hey, I'd like you to meet Dr. David. I want you to meet Demirius. Demirius meet David. And then it's just like, oh, okay, well now I gotta follow up. But in real time, it's just like, hey, this is what Dr. David does. He talks about this A, B, and C. And David, say hi, says, hey, now I want you all, because I know you both, get on your calendar and you all have a conversation. And it's done. So you have a
Mhm.
calendar link, you have a video, they see you, you kind of know a little bit why I explain to them what it is that you do. So you hear me in real time explaining to them whether it is a video or whether it's a phone message, but you hear them me saying that and then hey, then here's his link so that you all can connect. And it works really, really good and fast. And you don't have homework where you don't have to follow up. And I do have people that will say, hey, I want you to meet Pam. She does PR, this and that. And it's like that person's like, okay, well, now I got another step, now I'm sending them my link or whatever. Whereas this one is just like it's done. So within 30 minutes, you can probably recommend and refer at least 7 people to each to that person, and they can refer 7 people to you.
So how do you organize the party? Because I'm interested in that.
Yeah, just basically it's the template is in there. So basically you're just organizing it with them via Zoom,
Okay,
just
it's
like
in where? It's in the
in the community and Ready Set Go Speak. It's the
okay,
Yep, it's called referral party. Referral party
gotcha.
video is in there and the templates are in there. Hey,
Okay.
and so basically you are reaching out to them and say, hey, this is this new referral party, how we can refer and recommend clients to each other. Do you have time on your calendar? We could just brainstorm a half an hour with each other, this and that. And when you watch the video, you see how simple it is. All it is a Zoom meeting with you and that other person. And they are telling you, it's like, hi, so what I do is I provide PR for authors and speakers, those who really want media coverage fast, quick, and easy that really shows their credibility and visibility immediately. So anyone that has a book, anyone that wants to get more notoriety and maybe CEO Weekly, whatever their positioning is, I can help them. And like these are some of the people I've helped. Show them page, these are the articles that we write or whatever, whatever. If you know anybody that would be interested in that, okay. So you hear me, then you re-explain it to your contact. That's the part. Because when you explain it to them, they're re-explaining to their contact in real time, right? So like if I were to say, I'm not going to do it, but let's just say I put this on, um, I actually do it. We're doing the video and then I actually take this video link. I could send it via a text, which is best, and then say, hey, I would like to know if you got a minute, or you can even live stream it and keep it. This is a thing that to keep it on private. So you can live stream it and you can actually bring them in on live as well. But the book explains all the different ways, but video is best versus email. um, video is best versus texting because people just want to know, that you're a real person, that you're doing this live. But let me see, let me share it to the screen so that you all can see what I'm talking about. How are you, Mike Wynn? I was just bragging about you, how you are doing all these things now. And your last event that you did, I want to say was Toastmasters or was it NEA?
It was actually NEA. Yes, the NEA was the last event I did, and I'm getting ready to do the NSA is Monday, but I did
Okay.
NEA. NSA
Okay.
is Monday. The
Okay.
meeting conference at St. John's in Plymouth.
Okay.
Real nice facility. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that is on Monday. So tell us about how those came about, the last 3 speaking gigs, how they came about and what lesson you maybe learned from that.
Well, one with the Toastmasters, that was a competition that I built, and I had a person that was there that asked me to work with Speaker Bureau there, and I got a couple uh, places to speak with, and then as I was launching my book, they asked me questions about it, and they had found out that I was doing some other stuff, which coming up, the Twisted Society. I just got off the phone with Sonora and Satori. I'm sorry, Satori.
Mm-hmm.
And working on that June 20th. So some of the connections just link when people hear about something, they'll ask you, your availability or, the opportunity. So it's been working out pretty good. And the one that I'm in NSA was very rich because it was sent out to 7 part of NSA, 7 judges around the country.
Okay.
And so at the scoring, they based them on the stages. A lot of people, there's main stage. This is a beautiful facility. It used to be a seminary, and they built it into a conference center. So you'll have some people on the main stage and some people in breakout rooms. Some people have been in NSA for a while. So I was fortunate. I just was looking for the opportunity to be at the meeting conference and found out that I'm on the main stage. And they have like TED Talk. It's a combination of TED Talk, storytelling, the 30-minute breakout sessions that they're going to do. And Mimi Brown, I don't know if you're familiar with, you know Mimi. Mimi is one of the MCs. And that's a big opportunity that I'm looking forward to coming up.
So what I'm hearing is that over the last month, working with one organization, National Entrepreneurs Association, run locally by a young lady, can't think of her name, Dr. Zonia.
Zalana.
Zalana
Yeah.
Allen. Zalana
Yes.
Allen, even though she's local here, but it's something that you can put in our group that maybe Dr. David, because he's an entrepreneur, national entrepreneur. Is it NEA? Yeah, NEA.
Yeah. We have boot camps, and boot camps are not, a lot of people are not, depending where they are, they can do the boot camp, which is
Okay.
very well to connect because they have one coming up, and I can give you information for that because I
Please.
highly recommend it. I highly recommend it because I met what is her name? Tam, she does the other magazine. Gosh, my mind is slipping. Tapped In. I met her she was in my cohort, actually.
Okay.
And so there's people all over that's in a cohort, not just Michigan.
And so the thing about all of the social that we do and all of because Dr. David just said this is, hey, we got warm contacts already in our phone. But if you think about all the cohorts that you've been in, all the organizations that you've been in, the people teach you this too when you go into network marketing, right? They was like, make a list of all the people that you know, whatever. It's the same type of thing. It's like, make a list of all the people you know, people who you went to church with, people you went to school with, people who you're in a cohort with, people who you went to a conference with. These are warm leads. So many times we're just always trying to spread our wings out to people who don't know us, trying to explain to them who we are. It's going to take a while for them to warm up to us when we already have warm leads. And so referral parties, the book that I recommend by Mike Konex, really just talks about that, how to structure a referral party. And you can even just say it, it's a referral party. You can make it one day a week that you just do a referral party with someone in your phone. Out of one person in your phone, you can have 7 to 10 different leads of people who already are recommended to you. What I would like in Ready, Set, Go, Speak is if we have opportunities, and it's good to always share our successes, but share opportunities for us to get involved in so that we can help each other. So if it's Zelanya knows um, the other girl from Tap In or Sean or any of those kind of things. Those are things that, you know, we're all kind of like swimming in the same seas, so to speak, but you never know where that person may lead to go to something else. So if it's like, hey, you want to be involved in that kind of thing, and there's enough for everybody. So there's really no competition, and especially if you spoke at something already, whatever. The whole thing with working with NSA, which stands for National Speakers Association, there's a Black NSA as well. So Letha Owens is over the Black NSA, but NSA is kind of like the big kahuna. They've been around 100 years. Like I said, they've been around so long, they probably had slaves. But anyway, they are a big organization that is really talks about speaking, and they have local chapters or whatever. And there's probably one too, Dr. David, in your area as well, that you should be a part of at least to go to and just see what they're doing. Mimi Brown happens to be African American, and very rare do they have African Americans, you know, in NSA. If you go to Influence, you're going to be we're a minority anyway, but you really, really feel like a minority when you go there, even though you know a lot more Black speakers in that. They're just not part of NSA, which is
Until the last day. When you go to Black NSA on the last day, you feel okay, you feel home. But you're right, on the stage, they'll have a few powerful ones that'll speak, but the majority of the week, you're right.
Yeah, I just spoke with someone who spoke on the main stage. Her name was Sonia Dumas on my podcast on Speakers Magazine, and she was really good. And she talks about sales, and she said when she spoke at NSA, she got a lot of business from that. So she didn't get paid to speak, but she got a lot of business from it. The thing about Twisted Storytellers is that I talk about that a lot. It's like a TEDx style talk for Detroit. Satori Shakur, former client of mine, you know, she's doing a one woman show, menopause, and we promoted that last year. She's doing it again. She used to be with the Bride of Frankenstein as part of Parliament Funkadelic. She's a whole bunch, okay. But Rodney actually did a Twisted Storytellers, Rodney C. Burris, and that you could do one as well. It's basically you come to Detroit again, you're not paid, but they put the video up for you. I want to say it's on her page, and some of them are replayed again on NPR,
YouTube,
on you, but they're replaced as a podcast on WDET as well. At least that used to be. That was something that I helped her promote and get as well. But a lot of the things that Satori does, because she's connected in Detroit, been around forever, it's a good thing. And the other one is Toastmasters. Now, Toastmasters, all of us have probably Toastmasters with near us. And I was telling Dr. David, or even Jeff as well, is that if there isn't one near you, you can create one. And basically you would contact Toastmasters and say, hey, I'd like to start a chapter. Now, if you have the time, it's a really good way, especially for Dr. David. I said, being new to the area, that might be a good thing to do, is to start your own Toastmasters group. And you only meet, I want to say they meet once a week. Yeah, they meet once a week.
Yeah, minimum. Some of them meet twice a week. Minimum, you have to do once a week.
Oh, I can do twice.
Some they just do. They get excited about it. I was in one group and I switched. I'm part of Oak Park now, but
yeah,
they do. There are some that do twice a week.
You got to find the right group, or you create your own group, which is a good thing if you're in leadership as well, because it is like a leadership type of thing. I had put in here referral so that you can see the referral party book. This was the one. And actually I put the templates in there. So, oh Lord. So you could see the, now it's going to open up. Here it is. So these are the scripts in the template that are already in there. It says, hey, I woke up thinking about you today because I was looking through my texts, a few of my contacts, and I'm positive I could refer some high quality clients. David, are you there? Where'd you go?
I'm here.
Okay. It says, Will you book a conversation on Zoom with me, because I'll have a powerful way to make some referrals. I'll need to ask you a few questions so I can give you the right fit people. And if I think of some folks, and if you think of some folks to refer to me, I'll make it super easy and do all the work for you. Let me know. So that's one. So the general template is like my interest. So end up taking about a minute. So-and-so, I'm Justin, meet so-and-so. This is what he does. This is what so-and-so does. And then provide the contacts of why you might be able to play together so that you could get on the phone. This is what white boys do, right? And they're sitting there trying to figure out why they're even talking to them. It says drop a calendar link, ask for a follow-up. Let me know how it goes. That's it. Then the outline basically is just kind of like, here's a sample text when you can fill in the blanks. Here's another version. They'll say, hey, meet such and such. You should know him. He's a marketing business genius with a massive database he's built, and so he can help you launch a new business quickly, create new products, whatever his email is. Okay, here's a version. And then another version and say, hey, meet such and such. He has helped. I'm certain he can help you. That's his name. Really simple. You're going through your things, and it's just really, really simple. You could read the whole book, but the templates are here as well. He does over things. Calendar app, obviously Acuity. I use that one. Calendar Link. A lot of people use that. I also use OneHub. I use a lot of them. Depending as I even have one in Keep. And it just talked about some of the networking groups that we're a part of. Mike just said he's in NEA, he's in Toastmasters, he's in Black, he's in NSA, NEA, Black NSA. So think about your networking groups and just sending these templates to someone in your phone and just saying, hey, EO is Entrepreneur Organization, YPO, he's in all these, the Genius Network or whatever, but we're in Black Speakers Network, we're in, you have cohort of Speak, Sell, Shine, a cohort of Branding Accelerator, you're part of Ready, Set, Go, Speak. So I'm trying to make it so that this is a natural part of what we do. So this is actually in our it's actually in our thing. So I put in referral in our top box over here, referral, and you can find it. And then I actually put the video there as well. I think there's a video where it's new power move for referral parties. So this one is, referral party, how she's doing it as well. It's just a collaborative way of doing things. This one here, referral party is, okay, see how other folks are doing referral parties. So this one is the video of a referral party that he actually did.
There we are. We are live on YouTube. Okay.
So you'll see the video of him, how he did it. It's less than 2 minutes. And he's referring someone in real time in that. And so you'll see how they do it. He did it as a live. If I were to take this and put this over on YouTube live, which I'm not, but when you do it, you make it you make it not private, but you make it that only the person unlisted. That's what I say. You make it unlisted. So when you go over to YouTube, you make it unlisted, and the only people who can find it are the people who have that link. So nobody else can find it. So it's unlisted. And you actually, that's what Mike is showing you on that video there. Really, really simple, easy to do. I wish we would do more of that. I had just today 4 people I talked about referral parties with. One was Dr. Stacey NC Grant, who invited me on her show on Sunday. Another one was Chris. He's doing the event with Sarah Jakes Roberts, Woman Evolve. So we're going to be working on that and possibly doing a podcast down there in Dallas with that. That was just kind of like a referral. And the other one was, can't remember who the other one was. Oh, another PR agency. So it's interesting. So you don't have to network with all Black people. You network with white people. They like that. So Mike and I were brainstorming. His PR firm. He's been around 30 years. About as long as me, but he's about 10 years older than me. He's about 75. And he has his client that he needs a Black face for that is in PR because it's in Detroit and they need somebody that's in the community. But he's a little old Jewish guy. It's like, well, can you do this? Of course we can. So we're going to collaborate on that. So part of it was like, how do we reach out to people who we know for a long time and just say, hey, what are you up to? how do you start it? And that's why I put the template in there. And make it sound like you. I mean, Mike said, I woke up thinking about you. I don't know if I would respond to somebody like that. I woke up thinking about you. Like, really? That sounds weird. Um, don't do that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, so make it sound like you. It's like, really? You woke up what's going on
So
with you?
in the template, like I see David here, and he was a person I actually thought of 2 days ago because we had our educational a roundup, and
Yeah.
and then one of the persons retired, and they were talking about educator black men in education, and I had just saw his video, and I was just thinking or listening. They didn't mention the conference they was going to, but they go to conferences to promote male because of male. Just talking in general about the importance of having black men in education, even upper help,
Upper
because
level.
Dr. Daniels, she was a director of educational support. She left, and now she's deciding to go back to she wants to teach in Central Michigan. The lack of seeing black faces concerned her, and she was just talking about males. So I can check with her, but something like that, I would put it in this template, and David will see it, or I directly send it to David, or because
Please
as
do.
she gets stuff, yeah, as they get stuff, I like to send it to people who I think, like I said, I was just on LinkedIn talking to her, and your video came up about your you were just at a conference speaking to young people about something.
Yeah.
The same time I was talking to her. Yeah.
That's important. You said something right there about your video came up, right? So
Mhm. Yeah.
that's part of it too, of why we keep doing the social media. I know sometimes we can feel like, oh my God, is this ever going to work? But it just keeps us top of mind. If he hadn't,
Yeah.
he wouldn't have thought. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's
Right.
why we keep doing it. You don't have to post like you're. People get so exhausted. And I see people just post and post, but just making sure that people are reminded about what you do. That is really good. And then also to make sure that you and Stephen connect as well, because Stephen he's in K through 12, education. He's a principal as well, Stephen Boyd. So you
Right. We often lock into local, but I really don't know no other than him. I mean, I had a friend who walked away from education and talked to, and it's not about, like I was telling Dr. Daniel, it's not about local. And what she said, you're right, because with technology, it can lead that person or bring that person to what the platforms is. And she's trying to do the Michigan State Central. She's getting ready to work for Central Michigan, and that was her thing. Is that the young black alumni was speaking to us. We want more black professors, and she said, "Well, I'm going back." She's from Michigan State, but she's getting ready to teach there. But she said
Mhm.
that don't necessarily have to be local. It's the connection. So I
Hey
appreciate that.
Yolanda.
Now I'll bring that stuff into play.
Yeah, it is. And we're just talking about referral parties, Yolanda, and just Dr. David just said, hey, um, I've got warm leads in my phone, and I could just say I'm just checking in. But I said we got better templates in our Ready Set Go Speak that are a little bit better. That just kind of talks about, hey, let's jump on the phone and Zoom. I think I can help you with some referrals. We've done that. Let's just refine what it is that you do, and then I can tell you what I do, and we can do a referral party. That is like the bend. And I was just saying that um even Jeff is a photographer, but he also does like domains and things like that. So when people are like really struggling, like, oh, I can't get this domain name, I really want this domain name, I refer Jeff, because that's what he likes doing that. I don't like fighting and doing the auctions and the bids with the folks and going back and forth. It's just like, you know what, I'm gonna find me a different way. It's like, but
Well,
there's some people that like that. Okay. Yeah,
it's a new day with that too. I
it
mean,
is. It's like real
you used
estate.
to I used to get a domain, and I drop it for a minute and turn around, and some broker guy to want to sell it, and I say I can't believe it. I had a book called Dear Mom. I mean, I was on an anthology, but I chose the Dear Mom book, and then I look at the value go up, and for some reason I didn't renew it, and I saw the value they wanted $1,900 for it. It just I cannot believe it.
That's the new game. I'm
It
telling
is.
you, it
The
really is.
brokers are grabbing in a minute.
And
They
listen, so you know how labor intensive being a photographer is. You got to get people together. You got to say it's so much easier to just sell a domain name. Let me just tell you, if you like that, Jeff.
Hey Pam, I was just on the phone right before the Zoom, I have a shoot tomorrow with 25 women.
Ooh,
So
Jesus.
going through
I'ma
this,
pray
I'm
for
going
you.
through this preparation right now
Mm-mm.
for what I got to do. So 6 hours, I'll be with these 25 women tomorrow.
Oh my
And
God.
some of them
I
I'm quite sure
choose.
will be speakers, so I will be of course, sharing the network of sources,
Oh,
resources,
good.
resources that I have as well.
Yes.
Because it's
Yes.
going to be basically like brand photo shooting with them. And
Mm.
this is one of many that I'm working on producing for us, these types of mixers with a
Mhm.
slew of different branding perspectives, branding specifically, speakers specifically, just a whole array of different mixers that I'm producing. So this is my first one I'm doing now, but I got many, many more I'll be doing
The
each and
first one
every
was
month
25.
with these
We gonna
mixers.
we gonna see you. You got that gray hair now. We're gonna see
Oh
him
my
next week.
goodness.
He may be bald.
Awesome.
Yeah, I may be bald tomorrow.
So Jeff, as the
Hey.
resident systems person, I'm gonna ask. I know
Howard.
you got the stuff in the front of the camera handled. What is it looking like in terms of rinse and repeat and scheduling this stuff? You got what you need, or do we need to schedule a meeting?
Yeah, we may need to schedule a meeting because
Yeah.
I have a lot of things that I got to put into place because of my with my desire to be able to scale this considered new
Yes.
business that I'm doing, and I have to figure some stuff out. So this is going to be a very learning experience tomorrow. Not
Well,
that I haven't done this before. I've done
you
this
need some
before.
systems though. You really
Yeah,
do.
I got to put
You-
systems and processes in place.
yeah,
Okay,
because
I
one of
dropped
the
my link in the chat. Go ahead and schedule a meeting. Let's, if nothing else, it'll be a nice strategy to, let you know what you need. And then if there's a way we can work together, then we will. But
Okay,
yeah, when you said that you said, anytime you say you're gonna repeat an event,
right.
we need to make sure we put some processes and automations in place.
Oh, no question about it. Yeah,
yeah,
and
and
I know that
a
because I
lot
know
of these
scale.
people aren't real techie, so you may send them that link
Is that the
and
truth?
and
I
they
like it.
and they don't know how to download it. They can't figure it out. You may
That's
say, well,
right.
it's on Smug Mug, and they don't know how to do
Uh-huh.
Smug. I had one lady, I promise you, she said, I'm not good with Google Docs. Ma'am, it's just a Google Docs.
Yeah.
No,
So
Miss Pam, I
Dr.
got you
Pam,
beat. I had a lady today that said, I need some more I need some more months on my spreadsheet. I said, do you mean to just duplicate the tab?
yeah,
Yes.
that's right. So
You never know where people are in terms
that's right. So Dr. Pam, for Jeff, I've got something for you because, I work with coaches and we have a one-stop shop. And so that means that I refer them to photographers.
Mm.
And so in my work with them, and even with myself, as I've done several branded photo shoots out of Atlanta, and I gave this idea to my photographer out in Atlanta, but I actually created a brand photo shoot tip sheet that I give to my coaches and I prep them before they go into the session so that they're prepared. So what I want to do, if you email me and I can send it, Dr. Pam, would you rather me just give it to you and you can post it, or do you?
No, put it in Ready Set Go Speak. Can't if you don't
Okay,
mind. Put it in Ready Set Go Speak. I have a photo shoot planner that might be overwhelming for people, so
okay,
tip
yeah,
sheet might be better because I
tip
tend
sheet,
to
okay,
overwhelm people.
okay,
Overwhelm people. They were like, "Oh my God, I never thought about all this," and then they don't go through it.
yeah,
Tracy did. Tracy went through it with hers because she
okay,
really started from. But a tip sheet is really good because even posing, colors,
yeah,
one of the main things that they want to know what props they may want to bring.
that's right.
Those are,
Yeah,
besides your phone or computer, you may, for me, I always bring a megaphone if I'm doing a brand
yes,
computer, that kind of thing. So yeah, that would be
awesome.
really good.
Okay, I'll post it, but Jeff, what you may consider doing if you haven't thought about it is taking that tip sheet. You have all of their contact information, their emails, and then go ahead and just email them the sheet so that they can prepare. Because
Please.
25 is, that's a lot of women in a photo shoot. Yes.
Who's doing their makeup?
A lot of that's being done before. I'm working with a client that I helped produce some addition to her mom's brand. She has a mom's brand called Moms in Charge. So I'm working with her. As a matter of fact, I acquired the name for her mom mixer, and that's basically what this is going to be. It's a mom mixer
What's
for
her name?
her.
Is it Tiffany? She got an
No,
African name?
it's Christine. Christine Saint Eve. She follows you. She knows you.
Yes,
Christine
yes.
Saint Eve.
She's got a
So her,
sister too, right?
yes, her sister. Yes, exactly. So her sister
They're
will be
from
there tomorrow.
they're from I want to say their family is from Nigeria or Ghana.
It's either Trinidad. one of the Caribbean nations, I believe.
Okay, I
I
thought it
think
was,
it's a Caribbean nation. I think it's a Caribbean island. Yes, but they
but
right
yeah,
here in Washington D.C. because the sister does some big thing. Matter of fact, her sister was the one that did the 60th the anniversary for the one Washingtonian magazine, Washington Informer. Her sister
mhm.
was the one that was
Yes,
that
yes,
worked on
yes,
that.
Julian
Yeah,
or Juliet or
Julian.
something.
Yes,
Yes,
Julian. Yep.
that is
Yep.
really good. I
Yeah.
I love them. But one of the main things that, it's the first time when people are doing the photo shoots and that kind of thing, and no woman is ever in love with their photos. I mean, they could be looking like Beyonce, and it was like,
Yep.
oh, I don't like that, and it's like, oh
I
my God,
know.
cannot. It's like it's just too much. And
You
just
know,
always tell them we'll fix it in the we'll fix it in
in
the
the
edit.
edit. Yeah.
We'll fix it in
Mm-hmm.
the edits because no one ever likes their photos. It's like
Yeah.
and so the whole makeup deal was a whole nother thing, like, oh, yeah. So that is one of the things I will say that we talk about rinse and repeat. Yolanda said it and Michael said it too. Who meets weekly is Toastmasters. And Toastmasters do not have that component.
No,
People come to speak,
right.
but they don't have anyone taking their shots. That might be
And I'm glad you're on here, Jeff. It's because there's a white guy who picked up on that. He's okay. I used him. He's okay. But it was amazing. I'm speaking to him and I'm speaking to the person who recommended me. I said, you meet all the time. Now, half of the speakers and some that are fortunate to go to the speaker bureau, we go around and speaking and we just got chased now. This just started? And he is doing these over and over. Each speaker are in contests and they're speaking at other events. And he's getting all the business. I just took notice to that. And I had spoke with another person. She was more on the high end. She didn't really think she'd be able to get anything out of the speakers. But
that's a good thing.
Thank you for that share.
Yeah, even if it's
Yeah.
not the contest, at least the contact the Toastmaster president and say, hey, after the
Yes.
meeting or either before the meeting,
Yeah.
I'd like to set up a spot for them to do headshots.
Headshots.
Now
Right.
you could do the headshots, and this is what Giselle does. My friend Giselle out of the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. What she does is she goes to women's conferences and she tells the women's conferences, I will come in and do headshots for all your attendees. And they can, and that's it's free. But if they would like to set up a meeting with me afterwards, she sends them a link and then they go through and they decide which photos they want. And I think she charges like $85, $95 a photo. So people usually buy at least 5 photos or something like that. But she goes on her own dime, which I told Giselle, I said, well, it's a big risk. But anyway, she goes on her own dime and she sets up her own equipment. She brings her own makeup artist with her because women they funny about their makeup. And then she has them sit for the photo shoot. Now, just the headshots, not a whole brand shoot and that kind of thing. She will do a brand shoot for the person who's over the host because it's she's shooting them on the stage and they pay for that. But as far as like the attendees, so sometimes she'll do, like I said, and people when you do the headshots, they'll say, oh, I want 5 of those photos. And that
I
could be
still love mine. We did inside and out. I still use them, even though my beard was gray back then. She did an excellent job.
yes, she
I did
did.
outside, inside,
Crops.
and Dr. Portia used the chair I had. We were sharing the chair. We had a good time.
Yes,
That was
and the
great.
props with the microphones
The
and all that
price
kind
with the
of stuff.
microphone. Yeah, she's good. She's good.
Yeah.
Jeff,
Those
on
are
that same page, you could reach out to chambers of commerce within 100-mile radius because they
Yes.
need to have events like that for their members to be able to
Ooh,
get
their members
headshots,
need
and
some
that's
headshots.
definitely a paid
Yeah.
gig.
Yep.
They do
Our
need
chambers,
headshots.
we don't have that. You're right. You're so right.
Our
We meet every month, and with that, they look at where's the person. This guy just started it. He just did this, and
Now
I'm like,
I'm listening to Mike. I'm listening to Mike Wynn, y'all, and I don't know if y'all catching this, but Mike Wynn is connected. So just run off some of the things that he's in. Okay, he's already told us Toastmasters, Twisted Storytellers, EA,
Yeah.
NSA Chamber. What else you got? You in a
Yeah, I used to hang around between the audit and the casino because I was in event planners because I was selected to be the audit in charge. So Martha Gina Queen was one of the board members, and so when you got with the board members, you'll meet all these people in the preparation. She was one, and then all the different people that was connected during that
MGM.
time. Yeah, during that time. And then when Greektown came in and all the different casinos, you just connect with those people that will come across and you'll get to know either those organizations or they'll know you from there. So that was a powerful move during that whole when it came out, when you were connected with the casinos, you met tons of people that was in the entertainment and speaking industry and just about everything. The singers,
Yeah.
most of the people that
Yeah,
learned, I met a
MGM
lot
got
of people.
banked. They really do. And then
Yeah.
the Greek was owned by the Greek mafia. So yeah, they
And the illusions, and they hated to change because they had to get rid of some of the casinos when they shifted. So if you was involved with the illages, what Motor City, it was a pull of people from there too as well. Until
that's why they changed it from Greektown to Hollywood.
yeah, they changed the Greektown Hollywood. So what happened was that you can't own two casinos within a 90-mile radius. And MGM bought Mandalay Bay, which Mandalay Bay owned Motor City. So they had to change their structure. That's why they gave up a lot. But that's what, kind of bring a lot of people in. So
Yeah, I have a whole opinion about that whole situation when MGM came in and just grabbed all the black people and said, "Hey, we're gonna put you on the board and give you money," and that Bill Bacard was on it, like you said, Martha Jean.
yeah, Bill Bacard.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Are these people,
Greg Eaton. I spent time with
no,
Greg
I'm
Eaton.
just
Well,
saying, like
Greg Eaton
some of
was
the
on.
pastors that they put on.
Oh, the pastor.
It
Oh,
was to
yeah.
give it that halo effect.
Oh, yeah.
To make it feel like this is good. But anyway, it probably is good. I probably should have got the bag at that time myself. Shoot, I don't know. Trying to be all righteous and everything.
Yeah. It was a lot of money going around.
Like that's yeah. That's it. The other thing, what do you all have planned coming up in the month of June? Are you doing anything for Juneteenth? This is a area where, and like a better word, I mean, it's kind of like the second
What does that mean?
wave of Black History Month, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be more chatter about anything that is targeting African American. You have anything planned? Do you see anything going on in your cities, or is it just kind of like, oh, I know Juneteenth is JJ Conway has an event and she's asking for speakers to be virtual speakers. I put that in our group for the Juneteenth. George Fraser's a keynote. Obviously, George always surprises everybody when he gets up and speaks, right? He's like, he the lightest man in the group. And most people don't even know he's black. And he's like black. And he's like her speaker for the Juneteenth event. And then she's asking for other people to be a part of it as well. Did you all get that link? It's juneteenthlegacy.com. If you go to juneteenthlegacy.com, you can apply. Tell JJ I said, it's usually about 15 minutes, but really it's about empowerment and economic empowerment in business. And she says, Juneteenth is more than just a holiday for us to get together and just say, yeah, barbecue. It's just more or less like economic empowerment to leaving legacy. So make sure that you all go to Juneteenth Legacy there. Pam, you had a question? I see your hand raised.
No, that was just a comment and ask about what you want me to do with the tip sheet. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. You're gonna put it in the
Yep, I'm putting it in there. Actually, I'm creating a message right as we speak. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
All right.
Good. Meeting group. I'm gonna put in Juneteenth. Juneteenth. Right now we still have it as a holiday. They may be taking it back. So you never know. Juneteenth Legacy.com. Okay, so you see it there. So when you go to it, you actually, I think I misspelled teenth wrong. What happened here? Let me put in here again. Juneteenth Legacy. Okay, it's not coming up for me. Why is it not? Hold on one second, guys. Event Noor. Event Noor. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put another link in there. I do want to say too that make sure that we do stay on brand and stay, if you're going to do things like I take that one out. I see JJ sometimes talking like she did something yesterday, and I'll talk to her about it, but she's a cover for June and should be all on brand about Juneteenth. Yesterday she did something about narcissism with a white man. I'm like, what is it? Do it after your event. sometimes when we're pushing out messages that are unrelated, and Vicky is good at that as well. Vicky Hampton, sometimes it's like, I've got all these things, I'm gonna push them all out. But if you push them all out at the same time, people get confused. So you're talking about your skincare product, but then you also got a movie and then you got a brand new book. We don't know what to pick. So campaigning means that campaigning periods of time, maybe 4 weeks or 6 weeks on one particular thing, then 4 weeks and 6 weeks on another. That's what the content calendar is. And when we put in the branding accelerator, and I think that's lesson number 7 or 8, but it's a content calendar to do things in a structure. Now, I know sometimes things will pop up, but for the most part, don't put all your messages out at the same time. It just looks confusing. But yeah, if that is no other questions or anything, it says my
I had
map.
a question. You sent me an email. I'm trying to find Marilyn French Hubbard. You mentioned to
Yeah.
me about my book. Is
Yeah.
she wanted and she's in our cohort? I couldn't find her.
She
She
was
is.
within your cohort in Speak Sell Shine.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, she
All
was in
right.
Speak Sell Shine. She was in DC.
Okay. Yeah, I'll reach out to her.
Yeah,
I that came up. I was already working on the book, but my family has a farm and they talked about legacy. And when I remembered that, I said, well, let me do this now and I'll do that in the fall. So I wrote it and I was really surprised. I wrote it on pages that I have. And as I go through this process, I'm coaching a person about using AI for these books. And she's crying on the phone. I keep telling her, these folks out here thinking that they can do this AI and throw it on Amazon or Barnes and Noble, they just wasting their time.
It's
They're
just
wasting their
trash.
time and they won't listen to, because they ask you straight up, how much percentage of this you use? And you can lie on it, but they go through that stuff and they look at that stuff.
Yep.
She's going, how did you do it? I said, well, I had wrote this information and I transferred it and I used a little and I did it. She said, because I went through this whole process, but majority of it was AI, so,
Yeah, you got, yeah, they're smarter than that. They can go through it and find we got
whole programs that tell them even when you don't. But Ms. Pam, I want to add to what you just said as a workaround. You said that people will have multiple things that they're trying to campaign at one time. So all you have to do to get around that is if you have 2 things, like I have a speaking engagement that I'm doing somewhere, then I also have my own event. So what I'm doing is on the registration page, the registration confirmation page, after they sign up for my event, because that's where I want them at. Then I have a link on the confirmation page that says, I'm going to be speaking at such and such and such and such if you'd like more information. And then they can click that and go. So you can have tripwires and send people all over the universe if you want to, but get them in the first door.
Yeah, get them in the first door. That is the main thing. Get them in the first door. That is so true. That is so true. Because you find people that if they see it, but then they don't take an action. So you want them to at least take one action. So that's really, really good. Well, I want to
Thank you, Ms. Pam. I was in the waiting room for like 15 minutes. I had sent you a text and everything. And then I just left and I came back. And as soon as I came back, you let me right in. I was like, okay, Zoom must be glitching.
Oh,
yeah, I went out twice. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. Dr. Angela, you good? I see Dr. Angela, Dr. David there. I'm about to
Yes.
lit up. And Dr. Lugene, you're quiet today. You always quiet. What's going on with you? Make sure that you all put what's going on with you in the community, because I do watch it. I get notices all the time. I'm trying not to overwhelm you all with too many notices, but when I do find things like the Ebony 100, take a look at that. That may not be something that you do this year, but look at the Ebony 100, the Power Brokers, and see what you need to do to be there. It's a big event, and just see what they're looking for. If nothing else, I always tell people apply, because at least you want the judges to at least look at your application, right?
Ebony 100.
Yep, Ebony 100. That's in our community, Ebony 100, and it's a big thing. I mean, one year they did Kathy Hughes and all that kind of stuff. But look at those type of awards. You're not going to get tapped on the shoulder and say, "Hey, you just won an award." You've got to apply. And so the deadline, I want to say, is coming up the end of June. So
I think it said the 13th.
The 13th of June.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's what I said. I just saw it.
So please apply for it, because if nothing else, at least the judging panel will read your information. and say, "Ooh, they're a wonderful person." Maybe not this year, but at least they know about you. Maybe they'll start, reaching out to you. So it's always a good tactic of a way to get people to know who you are that are at that caliber. Yeah, it's one of the things that a lot of people who apply for Emmys, they don't win, but they know that this person does that type of work. So yeah, so that is good. I see AI. Okay, that's Jackie, your note taker and that kind of thing. I'm gonna make sure that I put the replay in here as well. And then also too, I put Marilyn French Hubbard's video in there so you know who I'm talking about. But she could buy your book in bulk because she has a
Yes.
whole organization that buys books about that. And Jackie, you doing okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
you're doing well.
Good, good, good. Okay, guys. Well, it says my computer is about to go to sleep. It's right at 3 o'clock. Please go through. Remember, you can always Google at the top of the bar in our Ready, Set, Go, Speak in the search bar. There's a whole press release template book in there. There is, anything that you need that's, you can find the different links for it. So it works just like Google, but it's private. That's one reason why I like it versus Facebook. Facebook is public. This is private. Even though it says a private Facebook group, it's really not private. This is for real private. That's why I said community is a safe space because it's not going to be found on the internet anywhere. Okay. All right. Well, I know that I don't want to keep you all, but I appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for coming today. The Juneteenth legacy, make sure that you apply for that if you want to. And basically you pre-record it and you give it to them as well. So it's not like you have to show up live. So it's a way for you to get your voice out to other people as well. Okay. If nothing else, Uncle George will be watching it. And George Frazier's Mr. Networker. He's my mentor.
Right.
All right. All right, guys. Well, make sure I will talk to you later. Make sure you get that referral parties going, okay? Negro League. I like that. I like that shirt. I like that. I was looking at one a t-shirt the other day for Mark, getting a Detroit Tigers thingy. But I think I might get him that for Father's Day instead. I like that. You get online? Where'd you get it? You're muted. You're muted. I can't hear you.
I might have gotten it off of Amazon, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll get him one of those instead of Detroit Tigers. He's got a bunch of Detroit Tigers stuff. We'll get him one of those. Cool, cool.
All right.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Yolanda, Michael, Jeff.
Yep.
Pam, I'll talk to you later, okay? Thank you for that
Okay.
grand photo shoot tip sheet.
Yeah.
Just know how it
Hey,
goes,
still
Jeff.
enjoying your birthday too.
Yes, I did. I did. I had a good time. I learned
Right.
boots on the ground. My girlfriends taught me. As I came for the party, it's like, okay, let's get this tutorial going. I'm like, what's going on? They said, you're gonna learn this dance. I was like, okay, all right. They taught me.
All right.
All right, take
See you
care.
later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Be blessed,
This
everyone.
weekend.
You
Bye-bye.
too.